Steve. Hey YouTube, Cinny Steve back with another video. Let you know what I've been picking up and what I've been playing. I don't really know where to start, to be honest. It's been so long. I'm gonna show some games that I've picked up in the last year, because I know my last video was just after Christmas. I've got a ton of Switch games, a ton of Megadrive, Japanese shooters, and a bit of everything really. A couple of new arcades, we'll come to that. A few arcades have gone, but let's start over here with the Amiga. BC Kid. Absolutely love this box. I mean, it's stunning condition anyway, so that helps, but love the box art on that. And it's a decent game, it's a decent platformer. Because a couple of cabs have gone, I've had a bit of a switch around. It means I can actually get to the Amiga. Before, that gap used to be pretty much non-existent, and I used to struggle getting to anything. So everything's for the best, I suppose. On the Switch, Game Gear Lest 3. It's decent little game. I know we've got a bit of a competition going with a few of the other lot, Eddie and all that. Yeah, it's decent game. And then on the Tate setup, we have Raiden Fighters 2. That's actually the compilation on the 360. It's got the first, second, and Jet on there. Hasn't really got an arcade, a track screen though. It will just sort of go to there and then want to save the score. Bit annoying, but good game, decent game. Panning around this way, we have got the SX64, playing one of my favourite games, Monty on the Run. This little sort of competition pro, it's tiny. It goes really well with the system. It's not the best joystick, don't get me wrong, but it just goes really well with the system. But I know I didn't really show this off much last time, and it's such a cool system. Try and play this one, and it is not going to go well. No, it's not going to go very well at all. But I ended up, I bought this from Beeps, the game, quite a long time ago. It's not actually in there at the moment because I'm running off the SD card, but it does all work. Not cheap. I'd like to say Beeps looked after me, but no, it was fair price. You don't see it, it's mad. I can't believe that Monty on the Run, as popular it is, you just don't really see it much on floppy disk. So let's pan around the old arcade cabs. As I say, a few things have gone, a few bits have been added. So Egrets, one nearly went, but no, it didn't. I've done a really good deal with a new friend. Fantastic guy called James. He's taken the Astro City and a bit of my money, and I've ended up getting, as I say, another arcade cab. But let's pan down first. So I've still got the 3 Egrets. Got Andre Dunos, the first one, playing on here before I play the sequel one, the Switch and the 3DS. I haven't even opened them ones yet, but I wanted to go through the first one again first. Really cool. I do actually like the first game on the OGO. Just a really, I'd say simple shit, really easy to get into. And then we've got a bit of 1942 playing. Monster Mug kindly done the high score kit on this for me. So that's my high score at the moment, 500,000. It's quite respectable. I love the 1cc here, but it's a tough game. I love it though, I do love it. And you can see, just coming into shot, we have a Donkey Kong cab. Now this was Retro Dave's old one. An opportunity came up to buy it not too long ago, and yeah, I snapped it up. There's something about Donkey Kong. I've always liked the game. I'm not very good at it, but it's just something about that cab. It's just such a good looking game. It's in fantastic condition, and it's got the Kong Off 2 marquee. I've got the original one as well. I'm not sure which one looks better. I've always quite liked these limited edition marquees. Obviously they used them for the Kong Off competitions, and this one's been signed by got Billy Mitchell there. I know Steve Weeby's on there somewhere. To be honest, I don't know half of these, but I don't know. It's just it's just really nice to have. I quite like it. Let me know what you think in the comments on that. Should I leave it in there or should I put the original one back in there? But it's a really nice cab. It's got a high score kit in there, but it's also got a Donkey Kong Jr. board, so I just got to keep my finger on those and it will swap to Junior. And yeah, not many scores on Junior actually. That's my high score, atrocious score. I haven't really played it much. I'm not very good. I'm not very good at them, but the high score on Donkey Kong I think it's got to go, because there's no way I'm getting anywhere near 400k at the moment. So I've got to work out how to erase that off. And then you've seen probably in the corner we've got Paperboy. And this was the deal I did with James for my Astro City. He really wanted a candy. I believe he went up to Arcade Club and absolutely fell in love with the candies, because he loves his shooters. And as I always say, there's no better way to play shooters than on a candy cab, sitting down, massive screen in front of you. And he really wanted one of my egrets, but I was only prepared to let one of them go. And he wasn't overly impressed with the monitor in there, which I don't blame him. Do you know what I mean? When you're getting rid of a game like Paperboy, this was the one I was looking to get rid of, and then say this one's got a button that was that drilled into the panel. So no, he took the Astro, which is a lovely cab. I'm gonna miss it, and yeah, it is what it is. I've ended up getting a lovely Paperboy out of it, which, to be honest, at first I was sort of using it as sort of trade fodder. I thought if I get it, because basically I'm after some lovely games. I'd love a Mad Planets, obviously Sinistar, I've half got one lined up, Tapper, another desirable cab. Now Paperboy in itself is up there with those games, similar sort of values. And it's tough to get them sort of games, and a lot of the collectors, they'll sort of hold out for trades. And but to be honest, I can't see it going anywhere. I mean, I've got a gentleman's agreement to give it back to James if I ever want to get rid of. But to be honest, I love it. I think it's a fantastic game. I've been absolutely hammering it, as you can see by the high score tables. I've just been smashing it. Don't get me wrong, not amazing scores, but it's a lovely cab, a really nice cab. Obviously, won't see any of the System 2 side art, but it's in really nice shape. I've got to get some new locks for it, but other than that, I mean, I believe this is to be repro. It just wouldn't be this nice if it wasn't. But I believe the marquee's original, and the monitor is actually it was NOS not too long ago, so the picture is stunning. And that's the same with all these cabs now, really. I mean, Outrun monitor's looking really nice. The monitor in Donkey Kong's really nice. Obviously, Paperboy is really nice. And to be honest, other than a little bit of burn on the egrets, again, nothing too horrendous. Nothing. They're just all really nice monitors, nice and vibrant. But anyway, let's get the tripod out, and I'll show you some pickups. Again, I'm not gonna show everything I've got in the last year or so. To be honest, I can't remember, but I'll show you some Amiga bits I've picked up, and as I say, some MegaDrive, maybe some Switch, maybe even actually I'll show some C64 disc games that I picked up from London Gaming Market last year. This one, I just cannot believe it's been this long. But yeah, here's the gaming update. I'm really happy with the way it is at the moment. Obviously the Viewlix has gone, forgot to mention that. The Viewlix went, the Astro City went, and so did the Naomi, which I was a little bit gutted to let go. To be honest, I don't like letting anything go, but obviously when the Naomi was here, it's just such a big cab, and I didn't want to come in here. And my wife's at university now. She started university last year, so she's got on a 3-year course, so we're not going to move yet for at least 3 years. And I wanted to enjoy my game room now, and with so much stuff in there, I didn't want to be in here, to be honest. It was too busy, too overwhelming. So to get it back, I mean, to let go, I say, Viewlix, Naomi, and Astro, and end up with a Paperboy and a Donkey Kong, and now they're all in a row rather than I don't know if you remember, but I had the Outrun facing this way as well as the Astro. I've just got more room, more floor space. Yeah, absolutely loving it. Right, let's get the tripod out. Right, let's get on with the pickups. First up's an arcade stick I've got. I've been eyeing these up for a while. I actually borrowed one off Monster Mug not too long ago, but for whatever reason it wasn't working on my Xbox 360. It's the Viewlix inspired premium wrap arcade stick by Taito. It's a Hori stick, I believe it's like the Hayabusa stick, and it's for the PS4 and the PS3. These boxes always come a little bit battered, I've seen, and it's because it's what they ship them in, so it doesn't come in like a separate box. But I'm really happy with it. I mean, it weighs an absolute ton. Oh, it's so cool. It's so comfortable to play on. Obviously, with it being wired, you shouldn't get any lag or anything like that. As I say, it's for the PS4, so you get your touchpad on the back of it. But I actually got with it. I bought with it a Wingman converter by Brooks. This means I can use it on any Xbox system, so Xbox One, Xbox 360, and the original Xbox. I believe it works on the system Series X as well, and the PS5. So really happy with that. I mean, I don't own a PS5, but yeah, it's just really cool to use with these cave games. I've got obviously the JTAG 360, a lot of shooters on there. It's absolutely perfect, and I've got a few shooters on. I've got a lot of shooters on the PS4, which I'm not going to show you today, but I've got an absolute crazy bundle, and I don't know if I'll ever show them, to be honest, because I've got a lot of Switch shooters as well. But I just don't seem to get the time to play them anymore, and I'm not just going to sit here picking up games that I've never played. So we'll see. I mean, hopefully, I mean, the idea is to go through them, see what I think, and yeah, who knows, maybe in a year or so, once I've gone through them all, I'll let you know what I think. Let's move on to C64 disc. These pickups, I picked these up last year in London Gaming Market, so I reckon it is at least a year. It's, if not a little bit more. These come. Where did these come from? I know it's quite a big seller there. Andy Brown. I can't remember his shop name or what he deals at. Obviously, I know he's got arcades and all sorts now. But I was actually talking to him there. He was actually serving me, and he didn't have any price on these games, and he done me a cracking deal. I mean, I wasn't 100% sure on values or anything like that, but I know C64 disc games, they're not necessarily cheap. But I think for the lot, I'm sure it was around sort of 60-70 quid, something like that. First up, we've got Winter Games, absolute C64 classic. Obviously now I've got the SX64. I'd love to get more of these disc games, and that's just an absolute classic. I love Winter Games. This I haven't even played. I definitely tried it, but I didn't really put much time into it because I know all these games work. Funnily enough, it's Paperboy. Love seeing the art on this. Obviously, I can see it literally right behind my camera of the arcade cab. That's in really nice condition, that one actually. This one here's Bomb Jack 2, and you get the original Bomb Jack with it. Again, not put much time into it. Bomb Jack, so I know a lot of people love the game. I like the concept of it, but I've never got that immersed in it to get high scores. And then this one here, which when he was trying to sort of price them up, we couldn't find anything on eBay. I mean, that's obviously what all sellers do. I mean, I'm not going to slag him off for it. It's exactly what I would do. But it's the Goonies. Absolutely love the artwork on this. I mean, such a classic film. Not the best game. It's a bit like an action platformer. I played it a little bit. It was okay. It was okay. Not the best graphics, I must admit, but as I say, you just can't beat that artwork. So yeah, I'm sure it was like 60-70 quid for those four. Like, absolute bargain in my opinion. I'm pretty sure Goonies would probably get the most of that, get the majority of that money back if I ever come to sell. and then obviously Monty on the Runs here in my pile that came from Beeps. Massive thanks for that. Probably my favourite C64 game of all time. Love the music. Awesome game. Just so many memories with that game. Love it. So to get that on disc, fantastic. Now this was an eBay purchase. This is my last C64 disc game. Really highly rated game. Again, all I've done is tested it. It worked. But it actually looks like an NES game. I'll put some video footage of the game, and it's Mayhem in Monsterland. And honestly, the graphics on this, I mean, it was a really late release, 1993 for a C64 game, and honestly, the graphics are superb. I won't get it all out, but yeah, it's all in there. You've got the protection, yeah, the protection codes and stuff like that. But it's, yeah, fantastic graphics, and it's supposed to be a really highly rated game. But I will give it a go when I get time. This new job I got over a year ago. This is why I'm not doing vids at the moment. I'm just so busy. But let's get on to the Amiga games now. I say these are I've picked these up in the last year. I can't remember prices on all of them, but I do have a very good idea of what they owe me. Let's start off with again a bit of a classic game, Zack McCracken. Not my sort of game. Very desirable. I know I've seen this go for sort of 200 plus. This isn't in the best condition. I mean, I haven't even ironed it yet. I haven't done anything with it. It's not the worst, but it's also not the best, and it's a very fragile box. It's supposed to be an amazing game. Being point and click, not really my thing. All I've done is really tested it. But it's supposed to be, as I say, a fantastic game. Really sought after, and because it's Lucasfilm, I do want to get all the Lucasfilm games. I've got the majority. I think Maniac Mansion is one on my list, but other than that, I think I've got the majority of like the rest of them. But that owes me nothing. I bought it in a bundle and sold the bits, and yeah, got my money back on it. I'm just trying to think, was there any more games in that bundle I kept? I don't think there was. I think that was literally it. Here's another 3 games that was in another bundle, and this was about a year ago. And again, owe me nothing. It was an absolute bargain bundle. I picked it up from North London. And this is Base Jumpers. I've owned this once before. And I can't remember if I ever showed it on a previous video, but I don't think I did, because I wasn't happy with the condition, and the game didn't actually load, and I sent it back. But again, to owe me nothing, absolutely fantastic. That's the way you got to do it. And then this one's a bit of a mediocre shooter called XP8. Again, not one you see often. Quite a late release again. Is there a date on here? I can't see a date, but I know it's quite a late one. Again, quite mediocre, but yeah, I love shooters, so got to have it. And then the last one in this bundle, again, not the best condition. A little bit like Zack McCracken. It's Amber Star. It's a little bit curled up on the edges, but I know it's part of a sort of trilogy of games with Lionheart and Amber Moon. I don't actually own Amber Moon. I wouldn't mind getting it. Lionheart is a really cool sort of action platformer. This is more of a sort of an RPG, I believe. But yeah, again, the artwork's absolutely fantastic. The graphics look really nice. Right, moving on to a couple of other bargain games. Honestly, all these Amiga games are absolute, barring the last one, they're absolute bargains. I was after this for a while actually. It's Darius Plus, obviously a Taito game. Not a great conversion, I must admit. It's pretty shocking, to be honest. And even the spine art it doesn't even show. I know I bought this quite a while ago, and it took me ages to find it off my shelves. But again, this was buy it now. In fact, I think they had a best offer on it, and I offered like 20 quid, and they accepted it straight away. Unbelievable bargain, that, because that's a 100 quid plus game I've seen it go for. So yeah, it's an absolute bargain. from the same seller. This is a game I didn't know too much about. It's Rubicon. A bit of a run and gun. And I mean, look at that. I mean, I bought this literally on the cover art itself. I'd never even heard of it, which is surprising really, because it's 21st Century Entertainment. Obviously they took over from sort of Hewson, and it's a publisher I do collect for. Like, there's not many Hewson games I don't have, and there's only a few 21st Century Entertainment games I don't have. But honestly, that artwork is fantastic. I'm running out of room already. I think we'll just turn these around for the spines. Put it on top. But yeah, it weren't a great game when I did try it, but yeah, it's really really lovely artwork. Funny enough, this one, I know Mr. Bads, I was just watching his Atari ST video, it actually gave me a bit of inspiration to finish this video off. This Space Harrier on the Amiga, and I believe the ST as well. I only thought this got a dual case release, which I've had for ages. I actually thought my Elite collection was done, but no, this is the full release with all 20 levels. Because I know that this version got released on a compilation called Finale. Never knew it got a full price release, and I've heard that the dual case release got a box release as well, but I'm not sure on that. So yeah, maybe my Elite collecting days aren't done, which is a bit frustrating. This one, I actually got a bundle of 4 games. I'm only going to show one of them, but it was a bundle of 4 games. I paid fair money for them. I think that was about 20 quid each, but absolute fantastic condition. This was the pick of the bunch on the 4, and it's in Possumol. I know the other 3 they were all Hewson games, and one of them I actually already had and didn't realise, but it was definitely an improvement, an upgrade, because all 4 games, the guy really looked after his games, and absolute fantastic condition, and a game I've been after for quite a while actually. Obviously being a successor to Monty on the Run, but nowhere near as good. Then these two, I got a bundle again, absolute bargain bundle. I tried doing a deal for it because it wasn't too far away from me, and the guy sort of accepted it, and then a bid started, a bid went on it, and sorry, he didn't have best offers on it, but I sent him a message saying, would you accept such and such? And he was like, yeah, I'll do that. And then literally about 10 minutes later, a bid went on, and I didn't get the details, and he said, to be fair, I've just got to let it run. But because it was collection only, that was the only reason, I believe, well, definitely why it didn't sell for nearly as much, because I offered him 100 quid, and I think I ended up buying it off him for about 107. And it was a bargain really, because the bundle was worth over 250 all day long, but because it was collection only, I'm guessing that put a lot of people off. But I think I'll show these 2 games, but I know I had upgrades in there, and I won't show the upgrades, but just the curiosities. Viper, game I'd never heard of before, in like this like a gatefold. Well, it's more like a record sleeve actually. It doesn't open up like in the middle, but it's just like a sleeve. But it's like a Gallagher clone with Robotron sounds. Just really interesting. Again, I'll put some video footage up on it. And then this one here, Larry and the Ardies, I'd never heard of, and it's a bit of a Mappy clone. I didn't particularly find it fantastic, but then again, I'm not a huge fan of Mappy, but yeah, just I'd never seen it before, and yeah, quite cool artwork with what looks like Howard the Duck. How many more Amiga games we've got? 4 more Amiga games. Oh, sorry, 5 more Amiga games. This was, again, I think about 20 quid, about 23 quid posted, something like that. Fantastic condition. I've had this on my list for ages, but because I knew it's not a particularly rare game at all, I wouldn't even say it's uncommon, and when it comes to quite common games, I tend to just wait for them in bundles. I'm that tight, I don't want to pay postage on them. But yeah, Fuzzball, I thought it was actually quite a good price. I think it's a game that usually goes for around 25-30, and to get it around just over 20 all in, I'll take it all day long. 'Cause it's been on my list for quite a while. Now this one I've been looking for quite a while, and again I know it's a game that Mr. Bad's mentioned. I don't know if he actually wants it, but he mentioned it as being uncommon. I already knew that, because again, Team 17, I want the whole lot, and it's Body Blows, the A1200 version. Now, I'm not looking for games nearly as much as I used to. Like, I used to have the easiest job in the world, where I'd be on eBay probably 10 times, 20 times a day. I'd be lucky to have a flick on there 5 times at best now. But I went on there, and I'm actually looking at buy it nows as well, which I never used to do, just because, if I'm honest, there's not as many games available on eBay, Amiga games. Like, again, it used to be, if I didn't check eBay for like a couple of hours, there'd probably be another sort of 10 to 15 auctions. Now you'd be lucky if there's 1 or 2. It's nuts. I think it's just died on auctions. So a lot of people are obviously putting buy it nows on, and again, I don't think it's particularly desirable. I mean, I've never seen one go in auction, so I don't know how many people would be looking at it. It'd probably just be me and Mr. Badge battling it out. But this came on as auction, and it's in fantastic condition, all complete. Sorry, it came on as a buy it now. I won't show you the inside, I can't bother with that. But buy it now, I think it's something like £15. I think it might have even been less than that. It might have been like £12 plus £3 postage, about 15 quid all in. I would have paid up to probably 50 quid, because I'm sure that is the last, in fact, it's definitely the last floppy game I need for Team 17 collection. I don't have Sperris Legacy on CD32, but other than that, I've got everything Team 17. So yeah, really happy to get that. Moving on to Hit Squad, Lethal Weapon. Massive thanks to Paul Richardson for taking me. He just sent me a message saying he saw it. I mean, I would have seen it, but massive thanks to him. About 40 quid this sent me back. I mean, obviously, I think it was my last video, was a Hit Squad video, and I sort of said what was the remaining games I needed, and yeah, Lethal Weapon being one of them. And with me doing that video, I'll probably pay double the price, because I've never seen an Amiga Hit Squad game go for more than 20 quid, I don't think, and for that to go to 40 quid. I mean, tell a lie. I mean, I think Pang and R-Type might go for a little bit more than 20, but yeah, it was me that pushed the price up on that, and I had to pay for it. It is what it is. I think I've got 2 left, European Champions and Fourth and Inches. They're the only 2 I've got left. I've actually got the discs for European Champions, but yeah, no box, can't seem to find it. So if anyone sees it, I know of somebody who's got Fourth and Inches. I'm waiting for him to get bored of the collection and move that on to me. But yeah, we'll see. This one, as part of the Ocean collection, I've got, again, the majority of Ocean games. This was Imagine. I know it's a really rare game. I believe, again, Mr. Bad paid an absolute fortune. I wouldn't know how much he paid, but I believe he paid a bit of a fortune. I saw this in a bundle, and it was posted as well. The bundle went, again, it was cheap. The bundle went for just over 100 quid, and I can't remember if there was anything else I kept in it. Probably a few upgrades, maybe a few budgets, because I'm always, again, I'm not really, other than Lethal Weapon, I'm not really showing budgets, but there's a lot of budget collections I'm going for on Amiga. But it's Army Moves. Now, again, I have no idea how much Paul paid. Not overly fussed with it. I'm not really overly bothered, but it's for just over 100 quid for the whole bundle. This wouldn't really owe me much at all, like, if anything, because there was a few nice titles in that bundle. If I can find it'll be on my eBay listings. If the picture's still on there, I'll chuck a picture on of what else was in that bundle, because I can't remember, but I'm sure I kept a few bits. So yeah, all those Amiga games, absolute bargains in my opinion. Space Harrier, that was I didn't say the price on that. I'm sure I offered about 20 quid for it, and it was accepted. And then I saw one going up in auction In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if Mr. Paperboy. I don't know, because it weren't that long ago. It sold for about 78, something like that, around 80 quid posted. So yeah, absolute bargains, all them. But let's move on to the one I actually paid good money for. Absolutely atrocious game. Can't believe how much I did pay for it. Don't get me wrong. I know that Retro Pixels, Paulina, she's got this up for, I think she's got 2 copies on eBay. Probably both the same copy, I'm not really sure. I know she does that. She puts multiple listings of the same game. I'm pretty sure she does that. I could be wrong, but I've definitely seen a couple of different ones. But if it's not the same game, she's had 2 up. I don't know if they're still there, but I know one was at £2,000, one was at 1,800, like ridiculous money. But I ended up paying 400 for this. It was on eBay. I think they started the auction at something like 800-900, and I was serious about it. I said, look, this is where I'm at. I'm not going 800-900 quid, but serious offer. I'll come and collect it. And they didn't accept it straight away, but come back about 2 or 3 days later and said, yeah, we'll take your offer. And it's Arena Psygnosis. This is the last floppy game I need. Oh no, it's not. Second to last. I'm after Braticus now. Again, there's one on eBay. There's a few on eBay actually, so it's not hard to get, but they're all around 200 quid. I will pull the trigger at some point, because yeah, this is, I think, the hardest Psygnosis game to get. I need a one upgrade on Psygnosis as well. Is it Perillion or however you pronounce that? But yeah, really happy to have it. It works. It's actually in really nice condition, because I've seen some of these be pretty rubbish, and it's really nice. It seems to have everything as well. All the manuals. It's got the badge. It's obviously got the disc. It's really nice. Just happy to put it off my list, really. It'd be nice when I can finish the Psygnosis set. As I say, Braticus and Flink on CD32. Although, I mean, Flink, I was watching one the other day, and I just missed out on it. But it is what it is. I'm not in a rush anymore at all. I never was in a rush, to be fair. But yeah, really happy with those Amiga games. But let's go on to MegaDrive. I've no idea how I'm doing with the time of this video, but I'm going to show you these Megadrive ones quickly, because really happy with these ones. This was a deal with John Patchy on Instagram, and these I bought these. I know it was a year ago. It was over a year ago, definitely over a year ago. I think it was like September last year, maybe even August. Oh no, it was September last year. And yeah, it's not cheap, but in my opinion, a pretty good deal. I mean, I don't know about the values now, but the values then, obviously a year ago, I worked it out as being, if I bought them separately, it probably would have been about £3,500, and I believe I gave 2,900. So, and I know they're all in good condition. I know they're all legit, and I'm not paying import charges or anything like that. I collected them. I could see them. Let's just get on with them. First up, we've got a Vapor Trail. Really good, really cool vertical shooter. I love the speech in this, and I've got no room to put these really. They go in front of the Amiga games. I'll stack them up or line them up. Next up, we've got 5V or Grindstormer, another tower plan or a tower plan vertical shooter. I really like it. Again, I don't think there's any bad games in here. I really don't think there's any bad games in here. The power-up system is the thing that I'm not overly impressed with. They're sort of massive, and sometimes you just don't want to collect them. But it's yeah, really cool game. Plays fantastic. Then we've got Same. This is, oh my god, why can't I remember the PAL version? That's really annoying. Fire Shark. Honestly, my mind goes absolutely blank now. Again, really cool vertical shooter. Again, another turbo-plane game. Got a lot of nostalgia for the obviously the PAL version, but I want all the Mega Drive Japanese shooters. Next up, this was an upgrade, a Lest. My one, I'm sure my one didn't have the manual. So as I say, some of these are upgrades, but they're all in really nice condition. Like he didn't buy any rubbish. He paid a premium to get them in decent condition. So I'm just happy that, yeah, they're all in fantastic condition. All obviously complete. This is a re-release, Darius, the extra version. I've no idea what the difference is between this and the original release, which I do actually have. I'll save that for another video because I've got quite a few Mega Drive shooters to show. But as I say, that one's a re-release. But yeah, absolutely no idea what the difference is. Horizontal shooter. I've never know how to pronounce this. I've always pronounced it Gary's. I've heard people pronounce it Guyers, but I'm sticking with Gary's. That's what I've always known it as. Again, I've not been that immersed in it, if I'm honest. And I always go to vertical shmups. Like horizontals, they don't appeal nearly as much. Like R-Type, I know it's a fantastic game, but I've never been that immersed in it. But a really highly rated shooter, Gary's. So I will get involved in it one day. Next up, Twinkle Tail. Again, another game I already had, but as I say, just an upgrade. Because this is just fantastic condition, fantastic game. A bit of a Pocky and Rocky clone, if you like. And again, another fantastic horizontal shooter that I've barely played. It's Thunder Force 4. It's supposed to be one of the best shooters on the system. And as I say, I need to get some, I don't know, maybe some competition. That's what usually drives me to play these games, is a bit of a high score challenge to just get immersed in it. Again, another, did I have this? I can't remember if I had this or not. Tatsugen, Truxton. I know I've got the PAL version. And that brings me off to another dilemma. Do I keep the PAL versions? Obviously I know they're inferior, but that's where my nostalgia lays with the PAL stuff. So yeah, obviously with Thunder Force 4 I've already got PAL as well. So yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Next up, Deadline. Again, another upgrade. I already had this, and this was the thing as well. Obviously, I've shelled out again a lot of money, about 29. Well, it was 2,900. But when I actually sold, obviously I got rid of Twinkle Tail, I got rid of Undeadline, and there was a few others. I think I actually recouped about. I wouldn't like to say. I can't remember how many doubles I had. So I know there was Twinkle Tail, Lest, Undeadline. Was there any more in here? I think that was about it actually. Actually no, this next one as well. I'm sure I recouped about 600 quid, so something like that. So yeah, it's not so bad. Again, another horizontal one, which I played a little bit of because I had the re-release. Again, that was another one I got rid of for more money than I paid for it. The Grey Lancer re-release, what was it? Columbus Crew, was it? But this is the original. So yeah, got rid of the re-release. I won't get rid of the re-release of Darius because obviously being the extra version, I believe there's extras to it. Whereas Grey Lancer, I believe the re-release was exactly the same. Obviously, pick me up on that if I'm wrong. Next up, Thunder Force 3, and this is actually one I have played. This is probably, well, definitely the Thunder Force I've played the most out of all of them. I remember my manual was a bit ropey, but this is a fantastic condition, and I do actually like this game. Just that first boss is, iconic to me. It's just it looks fantastic, proper mean. This is the game I've played the most since I've had all these games, even though I haven't been playing that much in the last year really, not as much as I'd like. But this game done it for me, and it's Slap Fight MD. Fantastic. I believe it's about a 300 quid game, maybe even more now. But this game is worth every penny. Love this game. I can loop it. The arcade mode, like the thing I find weird about it. Obviously, it was released. I'm sure it was released like early 90s, like 91, 92. Maybe a bit early, maybe 90. But I believe the arcade release was like 86. Now they remade Slap Fight, and the extra version is in the options. But I don't understand why the arcade game wasn't the bonus game. I don't understand why it doesn't boot into the remake and the arcade game's just a bit of a bonus. But it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic game. That love it. Last but not least, again another horizontal one, and I've been playing this more than, not as much as Slap Fight, but more than any other horizontal shooter, and it's because of the value. I think it's because it's an amazing game. Obviously it's going to be uncommon, a little bit rare, but Eliminate Down, I mean, this is like £1,000 game now. Well, I don't know about now, but it was then. I know games fluctuate. If Amiga games are anything to go by, have they changed much in the last year? I wouldn't say they have. Really, if anything, some of them may have even come down a bit. I mean, Flink I've seen go for 200, say 200 plus, and I saw that go for about 180. Although I've seen Moonstone go for a lot more than I've seen it go previously. But I've no idea. I just haven't been keeping on the ball with prices. But yeah, fantastic condition. He said that this one was quite honest. Like there was a couple of little creases on the cart, on the artwork on the cartridge, the label. And he said actually this was probably the worst condition game out of the lot. And I mean, look at this, it's absolutely fantastic, stunning condition in my opinion. But that's it. That is how you spunk about £7 on video games with the arcade, the MegaDrive lot, the Amiga lot, the arcade stick, which I think that was about £2.50. It was actually used. I actually picked it up again from North London, so there was no import costs or anything like that. Because I don't think they make them over here. I think you have to import them from America. I think they're in Japan as well, but I don't think that you can really get them over here. Again, I think that's a bit of a bargain in my opinion. But yeah, that's how you spunk about £7 on video games. I'll try not to make it so long next time. I'm just so busy, it's ridiculous. As I said earlier, I don't want to be just showing pickups where I haven't even touched them. I mean, I've had these a year, and I've literally booted every single one of those games. And same as the Amiga games. The thing with Amiga games, and when I do actually buy them, I always test them and give them a little go. But the PS4 and the Switch stuff, I've bought quite a lot of, like just shooters really. I haven't even touched, so do you know what I mean? I'm not just gonna show you it. I mean, some of them I can't even remember what they're called where they're still in Japanese. Like, it's ridiculous. Right, until next time, YouTube. I'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care. Right, we've got to have a bit of Paperboy gameplay. I mean, everyone's seen Paperboy, I suppose.
In his grim determination to deliver the news, Paperboy does daily battle with the forces of darkness and evil.
I love the speech in this game. It's for 1985. It's unreal, this game. I think for the year, you wouldn't have thought it was that early, and it just shows how innovative Atari were. Because I always remember this sort of back in the day on the home ports, and I was rubbish at it. I just couldn't get the timing. The other thing I never realised is that you could smash the non-subscribers' houses up for extra points. So you really want to get each and every single house because you get much bigger bonuses for it.
Maybe with a smile.
I've smashed that house up as well. So I'm going to lose 2 subscribers. Onto the bone stage. You get more papers, the more jumps you do. I don't know if my camera's picking it up, but the medium res monitor looks absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to lose 2 subscribers on this. So you'd get double your points if I was to get them all, and that's where obviously you get much bigger scores. Let's see if we can do better this time. Obviously each day gets harder. Got to watch that guy. I was lucky not to smash their window then, because even if you deliver it, but if you deliver it and smash their house up, you will lose them as a subscriber. I've missed them papers, which isn't very good. Ah, what an idiot. And you get bonus points for the jumps as well. And I got the house, that's good. Well, I've got to watch that dog. It's scared the crap out of me. I missed that one. It's a shame. And I've smashed our house as well. This isn't my best game.
Now you have a friend in the paper business.
I've had a shocker there, but you get the idea. Fantastic game. And there you go, there's Paperboy. Not even on the scoreboard.